These add no weight. Well, yeah, I guess I mean I don't think they really, if they do, it's very minimal. But they also, I think, should lower my weight a bit. Because it was like, what, every 1,000 grams or something we pick up? Okay. Now you're gonna let me finish riding off.
Was it really Higgs? He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but...
He found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
It was definitely his voice I heard. I didn't get a good look at his face, but yeah. He said he came back to get revenge on you and me. Screwing with our plans to link up Australia was just another way to do that.
They were all in red. Just like the ones at your place. That could have been him too.
You think that was Higgs? Did you see him hurt Lou?
I'm not sure.
Fragile, I need you to remember.
I only caught a glimpse. But they were all wearing red. This is all my fault. I had him at my mercy on Amelie's beach. If I'd only finished him off, none of this would have happened.
No. You can't blame yourself. You know, something's been bugging me. Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou. It hit me after. He's absolutely right. I mean, the kid's whole life is a total mystery to me. So I gotta ask. Can you look into Lou's past? Find out what you can? Charlie, you, the ship's crew, you all have connections within the UCA, right? And at least one of you has to have access to the UCA archives that were recovered by the Chiral Network.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
Find what these little, like, flashback memory things are. Or have been. What's going on? Hello? There we go. Thought the game froze or something. It was just complete black. Cool division.
Really, Sam? There's such a thing as too tight. Oh,
Sleeping with Doll Man.
that must have been quite the nightmare. I can't feel my legs.
Lou.
Sorry, bud. As fresh as I can be.
The DHV Magellan can get around a lot more freely now. More specifically, we can travel between any two facilities that are connected to
Oh, is this the fast travel I heard?
Naturally, this includes Mexico as well. If you're curious about how the folks in the places you visited are getting on, you can catch up on any recent developments by accessing the corpus via your ring terminal. And to have the Magellan travel to a given facility, simply open the map with your ring terminal and chart a course to your destination.
That must be the fast travel that I was hearing about. Standard orders in Mexico. Check on Lou. Okay, I see. Well, I see what's going on. So before I was like, oh, I wish you could just toggle the zoom. If you just press it, it toggles. But if you hold it, it only happens when you hold it. So if you tap it, it'll toggle. That makes sense. That's why sometimes when I was doing it before, it would not hold, and sometimes it will. It's just because I was holding it to zoom in as opposed to tapping it. Now I understand. So always tap, never hold. All right, let's go back. Let's go take a shower. It's been a while since we've done that. We went through some tar. Went all over the world. Well, the continent. Sam's sunburn has healed. Sam, I heard you've been able to standard orders. Okay. Let's talk to Dahlman. See what does Dahlman have to say about what we
like a warm
just
shower
did?
after a hard day's labor. Am I right, Sam? You know, I've been thinking about what happened to Lou. Fragile holds herself personally responsible for those tragic events. If Higgs was indeed behind the attack, then I can understand why she feels that way. Why she blames herself for setting everything in motion. But she's resolved not to let any of it show. To bottle it up and put on a brave face. She didn't used to smoke before, did she? I suspect it's a form of
honestly, I can't tell you,
self-punishment she's
but I'll
adopted.
believe you.
Vengeance gives rise to a cycle of violence, and Higgs wouldn't have it any other way. But she's committed to helping you complete this journey, together with Lou, to get you back on your feet. And if she believes she has to bury her emotions and play the part of a hard-nosed commander to do that, she will. That's what I think, anyway. I'm sure you can understand her position.
Was that it? Nope. Dahlman, you want to keep talking?
Masked man. That was Higgs, wasn't it? I had no idea he commanded such terrible powers. To summon a giant mech single-handedly. I expect he's behind recent disruptions to the tar currents, too.
I mean,
You don't have to face him alone, Sam. You have me for backup.
I don't think that he necessarily summoned it, but it's probably like the Magellan, where like if there's a chiral network connection, he could probably just surface.
Sam, is that Horizon Dreamer I spy in your music collection?
I guess.
It's one of Daiichi Miura's best songs. I'd love to hear it again, to listen and remember my family.
I'll try and remember. I'll play it.
Brigands object to virtually all forms of change, which begs the question of how they managed to get their hands on that disruptor device, or chiral jammer, doesn't it?
Higgs probably gave it to him, I would assume.
Yes.
Of some
Apparently, you can create your own custom playlist for the music player. If If you have any recommendations, I'm all ears, Sam.
I won't be playing music because that is going easy way to get my monetization taken off my video, which I want to avoid as much as possible. There's already been a couple that have triggered it, as you'd imagine, but try and keep it down. He looks like somebody.
If you refuse, there will be severe repercussions.
But what makes you think you have a choice?
That guy looks like somebody. Some famous guy.
Sam, it's Charlie. Another request is ready for you. You'll find it listed as a main order on the DHV Magellan's delivery terminal.
Okay. What are we doing?
So you know, Sam, Fragile is currently looking into Lou. Meanwhile, Tarman is conducting a separate investigation into the giant mech that attacked you earlier. For now, we would like you to focus on extending the network.
As always.
A task only you can handle. As the network grows in size, we will have much more information at our disposal to further our efforts. That said, you won't be able to proceed until the situation at West Fort Knott has been resolved. It appears that they're in dire need of additional supplies, to the point that they don't even have enough to prepare cargo for your next destination.
Okay.
This next order
What do we need?
intended to alleviate the situation. You're to restore the mine north of F1 and its monorail station to working order and link up West Fort Knott. After which, you'll deliver a large quantity of excavated materials from the mine to the settlement by rail.
Okay.
As this is a somewhat complicated order, I'll brief you on the details as you review the map.
Get the monorail up in
I'd
order.
appreciate it if you could make this main order your top priority.
Take on orders. Restore the monorail and deliver 4,800 special alloy.
All right, Sam. You'll need to work through several steps to complete this order. To begin with, collect the cache of materials waiting for you on the DHV Magellan.
Done.
Take these to the mine north of F1.
Okay.
The location has been marked for you on your map. And when you arrive there, submit the materials using the terminal on site. This will allow you to restore the facility to working order. Next, access the terminal again to commence mining operations. If all goes well, a large quantity of materials should be extracted. You'll then need to deliver those materials to West
Back
Fort
to the
Knott.
base.
Consider making use of the monorail located at the mine to make life easier. Upon your arrival at F1, use the delivery terminal to submit all the materials for processing and to finally complete the order.
That seems actually pretty
That's all there
straightforward
is to it.
to me.
So begin plotting your route to the mine north of F1.
I'm going to just actually let me just actually place a marker here. Everything else should be good to
On this
go.
occasion, you'll be delivering some heavy materials.
Yes, I know.
You can use a tri-cruiser to transport them. Alternatively, floating carriers can now be fabricated. These carriers are ideal for taking heavy cargo across terrain.
Which I'm
ill-suited
assuming
to
this
vehicles.
terrain is not
If that
ill-suited
sounds
to
good you,
vehicles.
Try fabricating one and loading the materials onto it. And when you're not using the carrier for cargo, you can hop aboard and kick the ground and use it as a makeshift
Kick the
skateboard.
ground.
Just remember that floating carriers require chiral crystals to function, so keep a supply on hand.
Okay. Can I actually... Can I only make a cruiser still? Yeah. We're gonna be over... Offload. Some floating carriers. I'll make one. Need to place in the field before we can load them with cargo. That's fine. Carry Just do this. Just let's get everything out there first. Now there's a bunch of shit on the ground. Totally fine. Then let me facility storage. What's on my private locker? Carry down back. This thing is almost fully damaged. Alloys. Or some. I wish I could sort by little heaviness. So that. All this, I'm gonna see if I can get a truck because there's a truck nearby. I have one gun. I don't need a bunch of these. Yes, we're gonna plug grenade. So I'll keep one MP grenade. I'll keep the bullet gun. We have one assault rifle. Right? Or did I have machine gun there? What's 60? Okay. Sorry, assault rifle, I will store. Blood grenades. I'll store. That's probably still not going to be enough to let me pick all this crap up. Just fine. Place it back. I'm gonna go try and run and grab this little truck guy. I'm assuming these are gonna have more capacity.
Sam, that vehicle appears to be locked up tight.
Oh, come on.
You won't be able to take it for a drive.
Really? Well,
there's another porter here. Since you brought this site onto the chiral network, perhaps they thought they could make use of the additional data to make a safe run. Want to go and say hello?
This one's for you. Thanks for the help.
what's up, bud? So I can't. How far is 1,200 meters? I can't take all this stuff on my vehicle. Because I'm definitely not going to want to walk all that way. Cycle that. Load onto tri-cruiser. Place in backpack. All right, we're all good. I actually should probably auto arrange. All right, we got everything loaded up. Let's go. So we're going that way. Okay. See if there's a, what's it called? A paver over on this route. Can I take this? Is this considered? Yes, it is. I thought maybe, you know, thought maybe it would. It'd be like, oh, this is not actually there. It's just parked outside and it's kind of close, but
Okay.
I can only do chiral crystals, obviously, because I'm not gonna. You know, I don't think I have special alloys. Yeah. There's a paver here. Continue the road. That must be the monorail. I was talking about that earlier. It was like, it looks like this like roller coaster looking thing. Looks like that's the monorail. Okay, so what I'm gonna try and go is over here. There's a bunch of water there, so I want to avoid that. But there's another paver there. Are these things showing up on my map now? That paver shows up, but I guess this other one isn't. 'Cause I haven't like actually gotten close enough to it. But I'm gonna. I could go to that bridge. I'm guessing that's the reason why that's there. I was gonna place a bridge maybe here to get across, but if someone already put a bridge down. Potential gate quake detected. We got the paver. I think I should be fine. Electrobiote. What's an electrobiote? Recharges his battery. How does eating a bug recharge your battery? I can maybe kind of understand how eating a bug recharges your blood. But to what, like, it's not part of him. Don't think a bridge is necessary for this. We do have some tar going on. Liquefied natural gas, which I will. Why did this pop up like this? Why did that the camera? That's the monorail. Oh, that needed to go actually like into the mines. Down over here. Yeah, through here. Yeah, okay. All right. There shouldn't be anyone here, right? There wasn't anyone at the last mine. It was just... But maybe this is a bigger mine? Well, I mean, it is a bigger mine, but maybe because it's a bigger mine. Looks like the monorail's back up and good.
Well done, Sam. I've never seen a working monorail before. Think of all the stuff it could carry.
Mine for materials.
Why don't we extract some?
That's a lot of A lot of chiral crystals you're making me use here, bud. I'll have to go.
Very good, Sam. Now all you have to do is load the extracted materials onto the monorail for transport.
Use the monorail, operating the monorail. Load the monorail with cargo and vehicles, or get on board yourself. Load cargo. Load all that. And then load my vehicle. And get on. And taking all of our cargo, my vehicle, and me. Switch the camera. Let me just jump. How would I jump down?
Now entering chiral network coverage.
Wait, is that not... Why is that not in the chiral network? Or is like a weird portion of the map where like the mine is, but there's like spots outside of it that aren't? Are we, every time we use the monorail, is this the deal? We have to sit through the whole thing? Oh no, ooh, I was holding the X to try and skip it. Jump down. Probably don't want to do that, if I had to guess. Maybe clean up this tar. Look how much tar there is just chilling on the ground. And then we just, I guess we just go and complete the order. Yes. I guess when we use the monorail, it goes into my private locker.
Did you actually manage to restore the monorail?
I guess I did.
Awesome. With it back up and running, you'll be able to transport materials from the mines. Right. Sorry. Let's take a look at these materials you brought.
You could do that too, you know. You could go to the mine and do stuff.
Would you look at all this? I think it's safe to say we'll have nothing to worry about for a while.
Because I don't want to be using a million chiral crystals. There we go. Now I have the truck.
We've made some great strides in our research.
Battery
thanks
unit.
to you. If it's all right, we'd like you to have this.
I would love it. You know, I haven't really ran into too much of an issue
Just
with the
wanted to let
battery
you know
quite yet.
They're increasing the amount of materials you can withdraw. Now displaying your current porter grade.
Service ship through the roof. Bridge link up. Boost the floating carrier's maneuverability when ridden. Extends a window during which likes can be given and received. Reduces the time standard orders spent on standby. Okay. Nothing
Oh, here's a little something extra.
too
as thanks.
crazy.
I got them just for you. Figured they'd suit your style. They sure weren't easy to come by. A real collector's item, I hear.
Which is? Oh, some glasses. Sunglasses released as part of the Gentle Monster 2024 collection.
We really appreciate your help. At the risk of stating the obvious, it's going to take an awful lot of resources to restore the other roads and monorails to working order.
Yep.
But at least with this monorail operational, you can bring us large shipments of materials with relatively minimal effort. That's going to go a long way towards getting other sections up and running again. We can fabricate pickup off-roaders now, by the way. I'm pretty fond of them myself. It's a large four-wheel
Nice
drive
big old
vehicle,
truck.
boasts significant cargo carrying capacity for the hard-working porter. The driver's seat is in an elevated position and exposed by design. This allows the driver to survey their surroundings more easily and engage enemies with small arms if necessary. You can customize it quite a bit too, attach all kinds of different parts as you like. That said, a lot of parts are still in development, but you'll receive their data as soon as it's ready. The schematics for this vehicle have already been shared with everyone on the chiral network, which means that we can look forward to other people drafting even more new parts.
More new parts.
Sure. The monorail network was extensive and once stretched across a good chunk of Australia's coastline. But repeated exposure to timefall has seen it degrade significantly. And with the constant threat of BTs and armed groups, it's not been possible to repair the damage. If you happen to come across a track layer, be sure to feed it any materials you can spare. Even a small contribution will make a difference. Anyway, just something to think about.
Get those roads up and running, get those monorails up and running.
Sam, you've been a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day.
You managed to save the day, Sam.
As always.
People here now have more than enough supplies for their needs. They should be able to prepare cargo for the next delivery too. But first, I have some information to share with you. About Lou. Return to the DHV Magellan so we can talk.
Okay. Real quick. Let me take a look here. I could take some standard orders. I will just go talk. I will go talk about Lou first, but I was just curious. Not carried blood bag. All right, pick this up. Am I actually gonna be able to get out of here? Without you stopping me? Whoa, brightness. Monorail's back in business. All thanks to me. I guess maybe we'll, once we come back out, we have some stuff to deliver to like the lone guy and stuff. Maybe we'll use the fast travel for that and see how that works.
Hey, Sam. How's it going? I have updates for you, if you have time.
I take it you've learned more about Lou?
We followed up on the message Deadman left for you at the lab. About how there was another BB-28, not Lou, who, according to the records, was decommissioned 4 years ago. The first time you and Lou met was about 2 years ago now, when you were entrusted with a BB previously issued to Bridges Corp's disposal. And together, the two of you made it all the way across North America.
Deadman and everyone else at Bridges, they all called Lou BB-28.
Right. Because that was Lou's serial number. You see, we found the records for the BB storage facility. By cross-referencing the data, we confirmed that after BB-28 was decommissioned 4 years ago, Lou was assigned the same designation, and placed into storage.
So what you're telling me is that instead of getting a new serial number, Lou inherited an old one?
As for Lou's mother, following the C-section, it seems she passed away. And that pretty much is the extent of our recent discoveries.
So nothing really.
Without a still mother to provide support, it makes sense that Lou was kept in reserve. But we still have no idea who approved the serial number reassignment, much less why they did it.
Higgs said there were things I didn't know. Maybe this is what he was talking about.
I think it could be.
I want to know everything about Lou.
You're playing his game, Sam. Chasing after the past is what Higgs wants you to do.
I need to know where Lou came from. I have to know.
If you're sure, Sam, I'll keep digging. In the meantime, you should get plenty of rest before your next mission.
So I can have another nightmare? All right, what nightmare do you got for us today? None? After all of that? Guess get up. Kind of weird that it just woke me up in the middle of the night like this.
Sam, it's Charlie. A new order is now ready for you. I'd also like to brief you on your next destination. And I believe that Fragile wants to have a word as well. Visit the delivery terminal in West Fort Knott to take on the relevant main order.
Sam, it seems Tarman decided to leave a few books for you. Right there by your bed. Reading is a wonderful way to take your mind off things.
Moby Dick.
Trust me.
So I could read. Picture of Tarman and Guy.
That's Tarman's son. He must have placed a photograph in here for safekeeping.
What happened to
It's an
him?
important memento. Why don't we go and take it to him?
Sure. I wonder if we can actually read the book.
I found this picture in your book. Is this your son?
Thank you. Yes. He's still out there somewhere, borne along on the currents, with this right hand of mine. It's due to my connection with said missing piece that I can read the movements of the tar. Something akin to a phantom pain. You want to hear the story?
Sure. Nope.
I was both a medical doctor and a geophysics researcher once upon a time. In those days, the tar currents were a key focus of mine. This ship was originally built to facilitate my studies, in fact. The deep tar hunting vessel Magellan, we named it. A ship perfectly suited to pursuing the creatures that thrive in the tar's depths.
Another avenue of research, you might say. We called them chiral mammals, for lack of a better name. Seemed like the closest fit. Reckoned if we caught one, we could figure out all the mysteries. The tar, the tides, hell, maybe even the stranding.
Whoa, she's a big one.
Strip yourself in, son.
Tar's looking calm. I'll be fine, Pop.
Big old whale.
You seeing this? I think she's pregnant. Hey, Pop. This is weird.
Son dies?
Stop!
BT inside the whale? BTs? Oh, there goes his hand.
And just like that, the tar took my boy, and my hand along with him. At first, I thought this little guy was my son reborn.
If I may ask a question, the hunters that attacked you after you caught the chiral mammal, are you sure they came from within the creature's womb?
Yes. That said, I'm not of the opinion that the hunters were its offspring.
Its womb merely served as a gateway to the other side.
Indeed. The tar and the beach are connected.